Those who believe Vermont is losing its young talent need only look at this group assembled here tonight. This year's class is made up of 40 individuals under the age of 40. The class consists of 30 female and 10 male winners. The communities these honorees live, work, and play have all benefited from their contributions. A panel of judges selected the award recipients for their commitment to professional excellence and involvement in their communities. Thanks to our outstanding judges for their time to review all of these applications and to choose the final list of 40 rising stars. This year we had over 220, which is a record of rising stars this year. Some of the judges are with us here tonight, so when I say your name, please stand to be recognized. Bill Ackerman, Green Mountain Marketing and Advertising. He did not make it. Matt Harrington, Executive Director of Bennington Area Chamber. Kate Payne, President of Standing Out Online. Margie Sweat, owner of Vermont Awards and Engraving, who has gone through this process all 11 years and is a proud maker of the plaques that we have to hand out tonight. Dr. Elaine Young, Professor, Digital and Social Media Marketing, Robert Stiller School of Business at Champlain College. And unable to attend tonight is Dustin DeGree, Director of Workforce Expansion in the Office of Governor Phil Scott. Thank you all for your tireless work. Each of the honorees tonight will be given a plaque, like I said, for Vermont Awards and Engraving. They will also receive a gift bag of Vermont products, and I'd like to recognize the companies who have contributed to this gift bag. Darn Tough Socks, Vermont Country Store, Blake Hill Preserves, Lake Champlain Chocolates, Vermont Awards and Engraving, Dealer.com, the Vermont Cheese Council, and Vermont Agency of Agriculture, Food and Markets. I would also like to have a big thank you for our sponsors for tonight's event, Dealer.com, Vermont Trophy and Engraving, Common Sense Radio with Bill Sayre, Third Generation Design, and that's it. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you Vermont's Governor Phil Scott. Governor Scott is a native Vermonter who grew up in Barrie. He was elected to the Vermont Senate in 2000 and served until he was elected Lieutenant Governor in 2010. He served 3 terms as our Lieutenant Governor before being elected Governor in 2016 and just re-elected 2 days ago for another 2-year term. His key priorities are growing the economy, making Vermont more affordable, and protecting the most vulnerable. Governor Scott is active in many community service projects. The tire resale and recycling program that he co-founded in 2005, Wheels for Warmth, has raised over $425,000 for home heating fuel assistance programs. They have sold more than 17,000 donated tires and have recycled 28,000 over the years. It is my honor to welcome Governor Phil Scott.
Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Please, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. So we haven't had a press conference on the Wheels for Warmth, but it's something that I'm very proud of that we have accomplished over the years, and I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update. We had our Wheels for Warmth. It was the last weekend in October. And this is our 14th year doing it. And it's just a number of volunteers that get together for a good cause. And I got the idea about this 15 years ago because I saw a coat exchange, and I thought that's a great idea. It was the Karen Kitzmiller Coat Exchange in Montpelier. And I thought that's a great idea, concept. You have a coat that you don't no longer need. You donate it and you give it to someone else. And I thought, what can we do? What can I do that's maybe more in line with my personality? And I thought about tires. And I thought about all the tires that I had in my garage and in my basement that no longer fit the car that I had, because it's this grand conspiracy on the part of the manufacturers of tires and cars. They changed it by 1 decimal point, so you can't use them again. So they're good tires. They sit there, and they're too good to throw away or dispose of or recycle, but I never took the time to sell them. So I thought, people have these tires, and they want to do something with them, and so I asked them to donate them to this cause, and they've been doing that. So we take the tires, we donate the tires, and if they're no good, we'll recycle them for $4 a piece, and you can take a tax deduction from donating. And then we have a sale day, and we take and we sell them for pennies on a dollar, literally pennies on a dollar, and they go to good use. People that aren't going to get through the winter without good tires. So over the years now, it's been updated. We've actually recycled over 30,000 tires now after this year, and we put back into use another 20,000 tires, all without any tax dollars or anything. And we've raised over $500,000 now. So it's such a great cause, and it's a way for people to give back in some way. So for those of you who donated tires, thank you for that. And for those of you who receive tires and actually utilize them, it's all good for everyone. It's a win-win-win. So again, thank you very much for everybody getting involved in that. And thanks again for having me here this year. I think this is probably my 7th or 8th year doing this, and I always look forward to it because we get to see the youth of the state. You're the future, and we need more of you, as a matter of fact. So I want to thank Vermont Business Magazine for recognizing that and honoring and recognizing those young professionals for their hard work. So appreciating and highlighting your contributions is important as we attract and try to attract more young people to the state and keep more of you here. I look at the challenges that we face as a state, and it leads to one thing. It's the demographics. That's the problem that we face. That's our biggest challenge. And if we can solve our demographics challenge, then we can probably take care of all the rest. Because the reality is, our population shrunk just a bit last year. We're living longer. That's a good thing for us who are getting older. But we're living longer, and we're not bringing more youth into the state. And when you look at look at the census numbers, the age group 25 to 45, we've lost 30,000 people out of that category alone over the last 10 years. And you think about what that means. It means that we have fewer people working today than in 2009. That's a problem. And you look at that category, that 25 to 45. If you have 30,000 fewer people that who are buying homes, having families, utilizing services, buying products, then paying taxes, that's a problem because it puts the burden on the rest of us. So again, we have plenty of jobs open up throughout Vermont, but we need people to fill them. So we need to attract more people to the state, and you're doing your part, and I thank you for that. With an aging population, we've seen that decline in the workforce, shrinking student population. This makes it harder to afford the things that we need, that we value the most in our state. For years, on average, we saw 6 fewer workers in our workforce every single day. And we still see, on average, 3 fewer kids in our schools every single day, which means we have 30,000 fewer kids in our K-12 education system than we did 20 years ago. 30,000 fewer. So back then, there was 105,000 kids. Today, there's 75,000. So again, that's the canary in the mine shaft in some respects. We better pay attention to that. But the good news is we've made some progress on the workforce front. And that average has come down just a bit over the last year. I don't know if it's a trend, but if it is, I mean, if we can change that trajectory, we'll be on the path to recovery. But addressing our workforce and demographic challenges should be the top priority of every single elected official, regardless of party. Seeing so many rising stars here tonight, young professionals who've chosen Vermont to call home and have distinguished themselves and yourselves and your communities, reinforces the hope that I have that we can and we will reverse these trends, and which will help grow our economy, make Vermont more affordable, and protect the most vulnerable. My vision for Vermont is to build a brighter, more prosperous future for everyone in every corner of the state, because we have challenges in that respect. Chittenden County is doing okay. It's doing okay. It could do better, but it's doing okay. But the other 13 counties are struggling, and it doesn't take long to recognize that. Thank you, Hardwick. I was up in, we did our 14 county, the day before the election every year, we go on a 14 county ride, and it's like a cannonball run of sorts. And we start out at 4 o'clock in the morning, and we go to every single county. We go to 14 counties in 14 hours. We went up through the Northeast Kingdom on the first stop. We started in Berlin, then went to Morrisville, then to Orleans, and then up into Island Pond. And it doesn't take long to figure out it's beautiful, beautiful country up there. There's nothing better than the Northeast Kingdom. But you also see the struggles. You see the poverty. And it reminds you of why we do what we do today. Take a ride sometimes. For those of you who don't get out of Chittenden County, take a ride around the state, and you'll just see the challenges and the opportunities as well. So if we can help more Vermonters keep more of what they earn while restoring the fiscal fundamentals needed so that state government can invest in the people, in the communities, in our future, I believe that we can do things better and smarter. And we can build a future with classrooms that are actually full of kids, with more students who go to college or trained in a trade and have an opportunity to live and work right here in Vermont. A future with vibrant communities where the economy is growing faster than the cost of living, and our state is more affordable for families, retirees, and businesses. Where we have safer neighborhoods with fewer suffering from addiction, and never struggle to meet our obligation, our moral obligation, to protect the most vulnerable. For our schools, we're working to transform the system we have now, to look more towards a cradle-to-career type of approach, so that kids have access to quality care and learning earlier and are better prepared for whatever career they might choose. Vermont is fortunate to have some great schools, teachers, and staff, and by most measures, we deliver a good education to our kids. But we could provide the very best education in the country with what we spend today. We just have to have the courage to think outside the box and deliver that for our kids. Just keep in mind our kids, what's best for them. So that's my vision for Vermont, and it relies on, in part, people like yourselves, our business community, our young professionals, starting and staying right here in our beautiful state. Me and my team, and many of them here tonight, are working every day to help ensure you can afford to do so, and that you have a good job, access to health care, and can give your kids a great education, and take comfort knowing you live in the safest state in the country. Together, I believe, and together is the key word, that we can achieve the future I described, and I believe we must do that. So thanks for listening. Congratulations to tonight's winners. I look forward to what you do in your future.
Now let the party begin. I would like to introduce Tim McQuiston, the editor of Vermont Business Magazine, who will be our co-MC tonight. Tim?
I noticed that everyone is standing up as they did for the governor, so please sit down. So, as the governor mentioned, John and I have been doing this for a long time. I'm celebrating my 29th year at Vermont Business Magazine. Thank you. Which means that I started this job before some of your parents met. And I want to point out, as I do every year, that this is really John's baby. He came up with this idea for this fabulous event, which we're all enjoying now. So thank you, John, for doing that. And as you probably picked up on, I'm live tweeting this. So I apologize in advance if you're not supposed to be here. There's a couple of people that I also need to recognize. The people who really put this thing together are Fiery Redhead, Katie Cattell over there. All the videos, the slideshows, the graphics. And regardless of what the weather might be outside, our ray of sunshine, Denise Sorter, who did all the decorations, wrote the scripts. So we can't thank them enough. And if you get a chance, just thank them also. That'd be great. Don't forget, after the award ceremony, we'll try and remember that after. Everyone, all the award winners, come on up and we'll get a group photo. Now, I say this every year and no one pays attention to me. That's okay. Please, when you hear your name, you'll see that in the program it has the order. So you'll know a person or two beforehand. You can kind of get ready to come up. You're going to come up over here, shake the governor's hand. You're going to receive the plaque, have a photo taken. Then on your way out, you're going to get your swag bag. There's going to be a little slideshow, a presentation for each award winner. Now, really give it up. If it's your person getting their award, let's hear it. And if it's not your person getting the award, let's hear it also. Now, I don't do this alone. I have an unindicted co-conspirator with me. That was her mom, by the way. A 2017 Rising Star from Vermont Awards, Jesse Swittel. So, Jesse, is it more nerve-wracking being an award winner or being a presenter?
Presenter.
Oh.
I have to talk. You guys don't have to say anything.
Can you hear us back there? Can everybody hear us?
All right.
So, Jesse, come on, let's get the FM voice warmed up here.
We got to huddle.
All right, so I get the honor of the first awardee, Forrest Wyan. Forrest is the executive director for Bennington Rescue Squad. Favorite part of the job? Facing challenges head-on to improve efficiencies, remove barriers, and make change. This allows the EMS professionals I work with every day to save lives and make a difference. What is the best career advice you have received? Say hello and treat everyone with respect, from the janitor to the CEO. Say yes, sir, ma'am, and no, sir, ma'am. And even in anger, be professional. Show up on time, which is early, ready to work. What motivated you to work in Vermont? I wanted to be happy on both ends of my commute. I wanted to work in a place that was growing and had the things to do after work that keeps me happy and sane. Congratulations, Forrest.
Do you want to share or do you want me to? She asked me to do that, and I said no. And next up, we have Michelle Morocco, Executive Director at the Lightning Jar. Favorite part of the job? I get to work with people as they decide to pursue their dreams and grow their businesses. Combination of meeting new people, learning about different fields, and problem solving keep me interested. Something fun about herself that few people know. I rode a bicycle 2,100 miles from Portsmouth, New Hampshire to Vancouver with an organization called Bike and Build. Along the way, we built affordable housing and granted the $30,000 we fundraised to affordable housing organizations. It changed my life, and I strive to replicate the feeling I had that summer every day. Congratulations.
Gotta lean in.
Christopher Oldham, Executive Director at Bennington County Coalition for the Homeless. Favorite part of the job? My favorite part of my job is simply being able to help facilitate new beginnings for homeless families and individuals throughout my community. Each day, my team and I work hard to encourage and empower people to rebuild their lives. We're responding to the vision of a society where everyone is valued and has a place to call home. Tell us something fun about yourself. I may have been an Elvis Presley impersonator at one point in my life. Thank you very much. Most of your charity events, nursing homes, and the occasional birthday party. Congratulations, Chris.
Kayla Becker. Program Manager at Catamount Connections. Favorite part of the job is watching people connect and build support networks. I enjoy getting out into the community and discovering how we all fit together to make a better place to raise a family. So many ways that are not immediately obvious, and I love discovering them. Our most inspiring mentor, my dad, has always pushed me to do what is expected and then do a little bit more. Working around and with him inspires me to be creative and successful just as I watched him be while I was growing up. What is the best career advice you've received? My father taught me from as early as I could dream about what my job might be. Get a job you'll love and you'll never work a day in your life. Design a life you love.
Yeah, the governor's more relaxed today than he was a couple of days ago. Mike Cutler, Creative Content Coordinator at Catamount Access Television. Favorite part of the job? Working for a public access TV station. I enjoy working with and interacting with the public that comes through our doors or watching at home. When it comes to freelancing, I get to work with some amazing clients, and seeing the work that comes out of those relationships is truly rewarding. Tell us something about yourself that few people know. I used to do magic from middle school through high school. It was very serious. I haven't done any magic in a long time, and people are asking for a comeback, so we shall see. Congratulations, Mike.
Christy Cross. Blueprint Community Health Team Leader for Bennington at Southwestern Vermont Medical Center. Favorite part of the job? I love being able to innovate, inspire, and empower towards actual change. My mom is my most inspiring mentor. She was a nursing leader with the community who was well respected and admired. She's a true transformational leader, and I still call her for leadership advice. And tell something fun that few people know about you. Over the last 5 years, I have run 3.5 marathons and over 25 5Ks. Congratulations, Christy.
Ian Davis. Ian is the Director of Financial Services for the state of Vermont, Department of Economic Development. There's only like 50 of your bosses here tonight, by the way. Most inspiring mentor. I've always valued the role of mentorship very highly in my personal life and professional career, and I'm fortunate to have had and continue to have many inspiring mentors that I connect with on a regular basis, to answer questions, to ask advice, or just to catch up. My mom has always been and always will be my most important mentor and champion. She has shaped my life and career in many ways and continues to be a source of inspiration for me. Congratulations, Ian.
Christian Hunt. Trooper for the Vermont State Police. And tell us something fun about yourself that few people know. I recently started private flying lessons as my lifelong dream was to be a pilot. What is the best career advice you've received? Always select and double check reply to sender, not reply all in group emails. There's only one first impression. What motivated you to live and work in Vermont? The small town feel with the opportunity to make a difference. Congratulations, Christian.
Catherine Partington. Catherine is the Director of Accounts at Mondo Media Works. Most inspiring mentor, my mother. She is the first person to show me what female leadership can look like and to encourage me to look past and work beyond the constraints that female bosses can encounter. What is the best career advice you've had? Cultivate curiosity. Open all doors early on in your career, and as you grow, don't limit yourself, your opportunities, or your connections. What motivated you to live and work in Vermont? First of all, Vermont smells amazing. The rest, mostly everything, including the quality of life, community of entrepreneurs, artists, farmers, and more. That farmers thing is probably the smell thing. The distinctly different types of job opportunities and the ability to walk in the woods daily. Congratulations, Catherine.
Alicia Browning. Leasing specialist in business development at Stone and Browning Property Management. Favorite part of the job? My favorite part of my job is helping people find their next home. I love finding that perfect rental for residents. It's very rewarding. And the best career advice you've received? Find something that you love to do. You should never dread going to work in the morning. If you do, it's time for a change. Life is too short. What motivated you to live and work in Vermont? My roots are in Barrie, Vermont. I come from a long line of small businesses in this town, and I chose to come back here and keep that alive. I want to make a difference in our small town. Congratulations, Alicia.
Our next awardee is Sarah DeGray. She could run up here because she's the founder and CEO of Rev Indoor Cycling. Favorite part of the job? The best part of my job is interacting with my community on a daily basis with movement and great music. I'm so lucky to say I break into song and dance every time I show up for work. Most inspiring mentor. My mentors have always been the ones that take the roads less traveled. They work hard and understand that you only get what you give. Tell us something fun about yourself that few people know. I play the mouth trumpet, but only on request. So here's a request. Go ahead. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first mouth trumpet of the Rising Stars event. What motivated you to live and work in Vermont? I'm a Vermonter, born and raised, and I saw a great opportunity in shaping the kind of community I wanted to have in a place where I love to live. Thank you, Sarah. Congratulations.
Bailey Goki. Sales operations at FabTech Incorporated. Favorite part of the job? I'm really fortunate to work for a company that seeks to challenge me, offering opportunities for me to grow into roles and responsibilities beyond those for which I have formal education. Most recently, I've been able to expand my technical capabilities by learning how to read and take off blueprints. Tell us something fun about yourself you people know. I learned how to operate an excavator before I knew how to drive a car. What motivated you to live and work in Vermont? I was born and raised in Vermont, so it will always be my home. Every time I leave, whether for work or a weekend, I remember why I stayed. Feel that.
Jennifer Goldberg. I know you're out there. Marketing Director at Vermont Wine Merchants. Favorite part of the job? The ability to be creative when solving problems, self-direct, and propose new ideas. I love the variety of projects and tasks I'm able to work on and the professional skills I've honed. From event planning to email marketing to correctly opening a bottle of champagne. Is there a secret to that?
Hold the cork, turn the bottle.
Wow. We've all learned something tonight. Most inspiring mentor, Cindy Elkan at the United Way of Northwest Vermont. Cindy, you here?
Stand up.
Stand up, Cindy. Come on. Stand up. Since I graduated college, she has helped me learn to leverage my personal talents and professional experience to impact the community. Tell us something fun about yourself that few people know. I was in an a cappella group in college and loved to sing. Oh, never mind then. Congratulations, Jennifer.
Abby Long, Executive Director at Kingdom Trail Association. Favorite part of the job? When I'm outside enjoying the trails and I bike by one of Kingdom Trail's generous private landowners working in their garden, and I can thank them personally for making our 100-plus miles possible for the good of our entire community. Most inspiring mentor? My mom. She has modeled throughout her own career and life that women, especially my sister and I, can do and be anything. She continues to encourage while always being there when I need comfort and grounding. My mom has a quote above her kitchen sink. There are two lasting bequests we can give our children. One is roots and the other is wings. And she has done just that. Congratulations, Abby.
Ann Watson. Ann is the mayor of the city of Montpelier. Tell us something fun about yourself that few people know. I co-authored a patent while I was an intern at IBM. What is the best career advice you've received? Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord. What motivated you to live and work in Vermont? I grew up in Vermont, graduated from Essex High School, and then went to college out of state. While I was away at school, I got tired of explaining to people why recycling was a good idea. Yes, we've all been to Indiana, haven't we? Congratulations, Ann.
Heather Wright, attorney at Wright Jones. Favorite part of the job? The world of HR can be scary, so my favorite part of the job is working with HR leaders to provide the guidance they need to exhale and make focused and intentional organizational decisions. What motivated you to live and work in Vermont? Vermont provides the perfect balance between maintaining a fulfilling career while still having a great social and personal life. What else would you like to accomplish in the next 5 to 10 years? A good friend and I have set a goal of hiking the highest mountain in each state together. I look forward to us making some solid progress on that in the next decade. Congratulations, Heather.
Corey Parent. Corey is client advisor at Hickok and Boardman Insurance, favorite part of the job. I'm fortunate to be able to help some of Vermont's most impressive business and entrepreneurial leaders meet their insurance and risk management needs. Visiting these businesses and learning about what they do always impresses me. It's fun seeing all the great products Vermonters make. What motivated you to live and work in Vermont? I grew up in Franklin County. My wife grew up here as well. This has always been home to us and where we wanted to build our lives and raise a family. Thank you, Corey. Congratulations.
Michael Delahanty. Firefighter for the City of Rutland Fire Department. Favorite part of the job? Rewarding to serve the community I grew up in. Satisfaction in saving lives and property and helping people in need and being part of an incredible team. Inspiring mentor? My grandfather, David Zullo. 89 years old and still working 7 days a week. Tough as nails and won't slow down. Someone who has taught me so much over the years. Such an incredible man. And what is the best career advice you've received? You'll never know unless you try. Congratulations, Michael.
And Michael could really rock that bow tie when he was a 3-year-old, huh? That's pretty good. Sarah DeLance. SVP, is that Senior Vice President? Wow. At Heritage Family Credit Union, favorite part of the job. I love working at a credit union because it allows me the opportunity to help people meet their financial goals. I also really enjoy coaching and leadership development as well as project management. Both encourage me to empower others and use innovations towards building a strong workplace. What is the best career advice you've received? One of the best pieces of advice I've been given is to learn as much as I can about the people I meet to understand them for who they are, what interests them, and what's important to them. I was told that if I could do that, then I would open the door for endless opportunities. Congratulations, Sarah.
Aaron Lawrence. Director at GWC Communications, Vermont Woodworks Council. Favorite part of the job? The people. Everyone I work with has an investment in Vermont and are just genuine people that I am proud to know. They range from some of the finest furniture makers in the world to dedicated landowners supporting our working landscape and businesses that focus on environmental issues. Most inspiring mentor? That's easy, my mom. She is my rock, and I have learned and grown so much from her guidance. Her strength and commitment to her family is beyond admirable. She is there for every laugh and every tear, and my family would be lost without her. Congratulations, Erin.
Now, Charles Dickens said in the introduction to David Copperfield that every parent has a favorite child, secretly. And our next awardee is my secret favorite. Well, I guess it's not a secret anymore. Because our family has been through Vermont Adaptive Ski and Sports for quite a long time, and it's just incredible. It's made a huge difference in our lives. Kelly Walsh. Kelly is the program coordinator for Vermont Adaptive Ski and Sports. Favorite part of the job? There are so many favorite parts of this job. I love seeing the athletes succeed in all of our activities and how that success increases their confidence and independence throughout life. I also really enjoy interacting with our amazing and large Vermont Adaptive community, including our amazing volunteers, passionate interns, and the hardest working staff. Ross Lilly of Access Sport America is my most inspiring mentor. He's the hardest working and most determined person I know. His passion for helping people with disabilities get outside and recreate goes above and beyond the norm of adaptive sports. He has taught me about the importance of having fun every single day while also going above and beyond your job duties. Kelly, thank you very much and congratulations.
Rick Hildebrandt. Medical Director, Hospital Medicine at Rutland Regional Medical Center. Favorite part of the job? The favorite part of my job is that I have the ability to make a positive impact in the life of my patients, the operation of the hospital, and the health of our community. Also, my job affords me the flexibility to do so while working on community service projects with my wife and sons. Most inspiring mentor? My father has always inspired me to reach for the stars. As a poor dairy farmer, my father left home with quite literally the shirt on his back. From there, he rose to be a successful aerospace engineer who helped design the space shuttle and the Boeing 747. Thank you, Rick, and congratulations.
Next awardee is Erin Anderson. Erin is the Outreach Coordinator at the Rutland Economic Development Corporation. Favorite part of the job? My job has allowed me to totally immerse myself in the Rutland community and learn from people across the various industries that make up the county. It is an exciting time to be sharing Rutland's positive stories with the rest of the state and beyond. Most inspiring mentor. I'm so incredibly grateful for all the amazing mentors throughout school, my first part-time jobs, college, and the beginning steps in my career. People are so willing to offer advice and guidance along the way. I tend to overthink decisions, so I'm so lucky to have guidance from my parents and sister in those cases. Congratulations, Erin.
Maura Folan. Program Manager at Green Mountain Farm to School. Favorite part of the job? I recently watched kindergartners eat kale right from the school garden and get excited to cook it for their parents at an upcoming harvest dinner. I'd be excited too. Seeing children excited about healthy foods and interested in learning how to cook with them is incredibly rewarding. Most inspiring mentor? I've been very fortunate to have had a number of women whom I consider to be inspiring mentors, both professionally and personally. One that stands out was an important mentor in my early formative years. She taught me what a confident, smart, and strong woman can look like and helped me find my own confidence. Congratulations, Maura.
Kim Anderson. Kim is the Director of Development and Communications at Community Health Centers of Burlington. Favorite part of job? My favorite part of my job is knowing that my work is helping to improve the health and happiness of the community. Creating access to health care for all people is so satisfying, motivating. Oh, and I left something off there.
Is that it? It's motivating.
Oh, motivating, okay. It's motivating. Tell us something fun about yourself that few people know. Something fun that few people know about me is that I performed on Broadway at 15 years old. What's the show? It doesn't say what the show was.
It was a cabaret type. It was basically this. It was.
Oh, okay. So she was doing Rising Stars when she was 15 years old. What motivated you to live and work in Vermont? I was motivated to live here because it's safe, beautiful, and committed to progress and equality. Because we're a small state, we can accomplish a lot. Congratulations, Kim.
Karina Thurston, owner of Karina A. Thurston Studios. Favorite part of the job? I have two. Number one, telling viewers of my artwork that it's all done in nothing but colored pencil and seeing their expression change from curiosity to shock. That'll never get old. Two, hearing from other creatives after they've attended one of my speeches or read my books about how much I've helped them and the progress they've made with their creative businesses. Tell us something fun about yourself that few people know. I'm a Skittles fiend. I got you. What's the best career advice you've received? You should write a book. What motivated you to live and work in Vermont? I grew up in Vermont, and the more I travel, the more I realize how lucky I am to live in a state this beautiful, clean, and friendly. Thank you, and congratulations, Karina.
Kate McCarthy. Kate's the Sustainable Communities Program Director for the Vermont Natural Resources Council. Tell us something fun about yourself. After college, I spent the summer leading Boy Scouts on a 5 to 10 day trips in the boundary waters of Minnesota and the Quetico. You know, I wrote it down. I have a reason to botch this, though, because I went on YouTube to find out the pronunciation of that. And they were speaking Canadian, don't you know? And so that's why I got that wrong. The Quetico Wilderness of Ontario, a total of 6 trips. I slept outside for something like 45 out of 60 days that summer and learned a lot about teamwork and being patient as a leader. What is the best career advice you have received? My graduate school advisor and work study supervisor, Rolf Pendle, once advised me to practice the art of good enough. There's a lot of government workers actually in this room. In my research projects for him, this was not permission to let things slide, but rather a pragmatic reminder that part of being successful is recognizing when extra effort brings extra value, an essential strategy for using time wisely and avoiding burnout. Thank you, Kate. Congratulations.
Caitlin Pescucci, accepting furs, Kate Hudspeth. Founder and executive director of Sangha Studio. Favorite part of the job? For sure, working with people and seeing each person be more in tune with themselves over time. At Sangha, we sort of have this unwritten motto of come as you are, and an understanding that as long as someone is doing what is true to them, then great. I enjoy helping people find what that means for them. What is the best career advice you've received? Just go to bed, and when you wake up, tell yourself it's a new day. I heard this from someone who really meant it. They had the most positive, genuine attitude toward just starting with their best self each day, regardless of what may have happened the day before. Congratulations.
Nikki Tatro. Nikki's the OAM program manager at Dealer.com. My most inspiring mentor is my mom. A lot of mom love tonight. My mom's been leading the charge as an SPHR for the last 20 years. Most recently, she's taken the bold step to venture out and launch her own company, Capstone Certified HR Advisors, LLC. She is a fearless leader and continues to keep me motivated to conquer the road ahead. Something fun about yourself. I am a die-hard New England Patriots fan. That's wicked pissa. Although people do usually know that about me, they might not know how superstitious I am. Our family has season tickets, so oftentimes it can be found tailgating in the same parking lot, wearing the same socks, and doing the same pregame ritual. Go Patriots. Congratulations, Nikki.
Julia Rogers, accepting as her mom, Catherine Drake. Founder of En route Consulting. Most inspiring mentor, my parents, Richard Levine and Catherine Drake. My dad is incredibly hardworking and committed to his profession, which shaped my work ethic. My mom spent her entire career dedicated to the public good, which shaped my values and social conscience. And something fun about yourself that few people know. This year I took up 2 new hobbies, traditional archery with a recurve bow and embroidery. And I think it's hilarious how different those pastimes are. What motivated you to live and work in Vermont? The natural splendor, the people, and the sense of community. Vermont is the only place I've ever lived that feels unequivocally like home. I find the sense of community in Vermont both heartwarming and incredibly empowering. An active citizen in Vermont has actual power to affect change. Congratulations.
Krista Sadowski. Krista is senior manager at Gallagher Flynn and Company, most inspiring mentor. It truly does take a village, and I've been blessed with a village of mentors, including my parents, Martha Maxim, and many others from Vermont. Marty Rogers was an influential mentor from DC who instilled the values that service is the rent we pay for living, and taught me a lot about doing well by doing good as a business leader. These are some of the values I seek to bring to the HR practice at Gallagher Flynn and Company today. What is the best career advice? The best career advice I've received was to have the courage to explore my strengths, skills, and passions, and then to figure out how to apply these to serving the world's needs. That advice was compliments of my dad. Congratulations, Krista.
Destiny Vital, Director of Marketing and Workforce Vitality at Burlington Electric Department. Something fun about yourself that few people know? I am a series of contradictions. I am a creature of habit, yet I travel to new places all the time and get lost on purpose to see what I'll discover along the way. What is the best career advice you've received? The best career advice I received applies to all facets of life. Always be a good person, treat everyone fairly, and never give up. What motivated you to live and work in Vermont? What motivated me to live in Vermont and was landing a job here. In 2013, I moved to Vermont alone with my daughter and with what we could fit into a few suitcases, hoping that everything would work out. I'm happy to report everything worked out better than I could have imagined. Congratulations, Stephanie.
Dan Groberg. Dan is the Executive Director for Montpelier Live. Tell us something fun about yourself. I'm a news junkie, and I still look at the news from every town in which I've ever lived. I follow 160 newspapers and blogs in my newsreader. What is the best career advice you've received? There's no such thing as the perfect time to make a career change. You have to follow your passions. I started my current job just 2 weeks before my daughter's birth, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity. What motivated you to live and work in Vermont? I moved to Vermont to be closer to my family, and so I'm glad that I did. I love the neighborly spirit and that government is so accessible. And government is standing right next to you right now. Congratulations, Dan.
Sam Roach Gerber, Director of Innovation for the Vermont Center of Emerging Technologies. Most inspiring mentor? My most inspiring mentor is my dad. He works harder than anyone I know and has taught me the importance of relationship building and advocating for others. I can, and do, call him night and day for advice. Tell us something fun about yourself few people know. In college, I played field hockey against Emma Watson, a.k.a. Hermione Granger, and yes, I have photographic proof, and yes, I won. What is the best career advice you've received? If you act like you belong, people will think you do. If you believe that your views matter, people will see that they do. Jennifer Palmieri, Obama's former communications director. Congratulations, Sam.
Fura Sherpa. Fura told me before that this is authentic dress, Sherpa dress. She's a co-owner of her Sherpa Foods LLC, not to be confused with Sherpa Kitchen. Favorite part of job, making dumplings by hand with love and care is quite fun and pretty to look at too. Most inspiring mentor, I'd say my husband. That's the first husband tonight. He always motivates me. His positive thinking and supportive nature always inspires me the most. Tell us something fun about yourself. At home, I eat Nepalese meals such as rice and curry or bread and curry with my hand, without forks or spoon. It makes the food taste even more delicious. What is the best career advice you have received? My husband always tells me not to be afraid of taking risks in life, rather to try and fail than not try at all. Congratulations to Ralph.
Aaron Segrist, President of Vermont Retail and Grocers Association. Most inspiring mentor? My grandmother, as described by my grandfather, the most damned independent woman you will ever meet. She remained independent even when the social expectation labeled her as the minister's wife. She worked hard at causes that she believed in, working her way up to the president of the Retired Senior Volunteer Program of the Southern Tier, New York, was active in her local Rotary Club, and served on several boards, devoting her time to making a difference in people's lives. Tell us something fun about yourself you people know. I met Bruce Springsteen once. I didn't know who he was until a friend asked if he was with the band, and he responded with, "Dude, I am the band." What's the best career advice you've received? You have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Use them accordingly. Congratulations.
Ryan Pauley. Ryan is the Manager Learning and Leadership Development and Diversity at the University of Vermont Medical Center. Most inspiring mentor, my childhood music teacher. I carry so much of his wisdom with me today. When I feel like giving up, I hear him on my shoulder saying, "Reach for the moon and beyond. If you don't make it, you'll still be among the stars." Tell us something fun about yourself. In 5th grade, I won the Southern California Speech Contest for my speech, the MABC, which described a vehicle that could convert from a motorcycle, airplane, boat, and car, and could deliver McDonald's hamburgers in a compartment under the radio. Well, who doesn't have that compartment? Ryan. Ryan, congratulations.
Dora Dernovich. Realtor at Coldwell Banker, Hickok and Boardman Realty. Favorite part of the job? I love meeting new people every day and having each day bring a diverse set of challenges and achievements. The flexible schedule is nice too. What's the best career advice you've received? Be yourself and be sincere. It will show and pay off. What motivated you to live and work in Vermont? After living several years in the big city of Boston, my husband got a job offer in Vermont, our home state, and we are super happy to be back. Vermont is so much more welcoming and in tune with our pace of life. Congratulations.
So we're down to just the last couple. And how great has Jesse been tonight, huh? Next awardee, Nicole Moran. Director of Hospice and Palliative Care at the VNA and Hospice of the Southwest Region. Favorite part of the job? There are many parts of my role that I enjoy, but the most rewarding is working with patients and families during such a precious and vulnerable time. Satisfaction emanates from providing comfort and support to allow for peace, dignity, and healing. Most inspiring mentor? My late grandmother, Veda, was and is the most influential person in my life. She taught me that every person is deserving of kindness and respect. Her optimism and true generosity are something that I strive for daily. Tell something fun about yourself. I am obsessed with dogs. If I won the lottery, and I would have to play first, I would build a sanctuary for dogs in need. Thank you, Nicole. Congratulations.
And Kate McInnes. Senior Leadership and Development Specialist at Marathon Health. Favorite part of the job? The opportunity to connect with colleagues across all departments and regions is an honor. My role supports all ambassadors, and this looks different every day. I love the variety from designing new programs, one-on-one coaching, facilitating live webinars and program evaluations, to good old-fashioned in-person classroom teaching. What motivated you to live and work in Vermont? Vermont is an innovative state filled with creative, passionate people. I appreciate the simplicity of life when it comes to our food systems, landscape, and way of life. However, there is also a drive for entrepreneurialism that to keep things interesting and evolving. Congratulations, Keith.
How about a tremendous round of applause for the 2018 class of Rising Stars Vermont? A standing ovation would be in order, I think. And would all the rising stars please come up for a group photo, since you're all still here. Thank you very much.